So another way that we can check our chakras to see what's going on with them is a tool that I use as a crystal healer as well, and that is a crystal pendulum. So I use these in every healing session to just run over the chakras and see what they're all up to. And you may already have one of these, or you may have one used for divination. You can ask pendulums questions and they can answer for you. This pendulum is a rose quartz because rose quartz is a very gentle, loving stone. It's one of the master healers. It can be used with so many things. So it's a lovely, almost neutral stone. It's something you can use for everything. So it's a lovely one to use to check your chakras. So rose quartz or clear quartz would have the same as well, and maybe even amethyst. So I have rose quartz and amethyst pendulums that I use. So the way a pendulum is used for the chakras is that it's held over the chakras and would wait to see what movements it takes on. What the energy from that chakra is doing to the pendulum will then tie in and tell us what's going on there. So as a crystal healer, I do this across the entire body, do a healing session with the crystals. We cleanse each chakra, we infuse each chakra with new crystal energies, and then we recheck it. I recheck it with a pendulum so that we can see that everything's aligned and balanced at the end. So if you want to have this kind of full body healing and crystal infusing and everything, then it is always great to go and see a crystal practitioner if you wanted to. But there are ways that you can do this yourself at home, to a lesser extent, but it's still going to help, and it's still going to help you on your self-healing journey. So because if you have your suspicions of, I've got these symptoms, I just feel like this chakra must be out of balance or something's going on there, you can pick up your pendulum, check that one chakra, see what's going on, and then help with your self-healing accordingly. So I'm not suggesting that you go along and you do everything a crystal healer would do. This is so you can check in for yourself when you feel like one of your chakras is out of balance, and you want to check it and know which crystals you need to grab. That's what it's all about. So have your pendulum, if you have one, to check your chakras with. And what we do is we hold it. So say my back of my hand is the chakra area. We would just hold it above, about so far, and we just see what movements it's going to make. So I'm going to make it move to show you the different movements now, and explain a little bit about what they are. So when I'm in doing a healing session, if I was to hold a crystal above the chakra and there was little to no movement, so if it stayed still like that or did an ever such a slight clockwise movement, I'd be quite happy that that's a nice happy chakra. Nice and comfortable, nice and open, not a lot going on in there, doing some nice smooth movements. If it starts to move anti-clockwise, then I'd say that means that chakra is closed and needs some attention to get it nice and open again. If it starts to do very big movements, like clockwise movements that are really big like this, then that would show me that crystal is overacting. It's overactive, and it's compensating for another chakra that may be closed or blocked. So it's working a lot harder than it needs to, and energy is spilling out of that chakra. So we need to maybe check some other chakras to see where the imbalance is. And there's also if it swings in a straight line, so it does like an elliptical swing, it can show that again, that's a sign that the chakra is imbalanced and needs a little bit of attention. So it's like closed or just not completely closed and blocked, but it's out of balance and it needs a little bit of attention. And if it goes the other way as well, side to side, it could just mean that it's like partially open and again needs a bit of attention. So I'll recap those. So when I'm looking at a pendulum and it barely moves, or it does a very gentle clockwise movement, I'm quite happy with that chakra. That seems to be in balance to me. If it starts moving anti-clockwise, then the chakra is closed up, or there's a lot in there that needs to be drawn out. If we start to have some big clockwise movements like this, like quite erratic movements, quite big, then that chakra is overactive, and there's other chakras that are under acting, and this is compensating for it. And if we have straight line movements back and forth, side to side, then there's a slight imbalance in there. You may just want to give that chakra some attention with some crystals, just to give a bit of a boost, basically. So that is how we would check our chakras with a pendulum. So if you've been getting symptoms and you're just thinking, oh, I feel like this is something's up with my solar plexus, and you can just check it by using this. If you don't have a pendulum, don't worry. You can still, if you feel that, it's on intuition, and it's how you feel. So again, if you have an intuitive feeling and you're just feeling, no, something's up in here in my solar plexus and it needs clearing, then give that the attention. You're not going to hurt anything by paying your chakra some attention with some crystals. It's just, if you do have one of these, then you can also kind of double check what's going on.